everyone, my name is Helen. I'm 9 years old. Today I will show you about describing matter. The first one is mass. Mass is the amount of matter in something. So long we have talked about matter and we have talked about mass. So let's be fast with this one. So mass is the amount of some matter is something, and the amount of matter in this pen, the amount of matter in the piano, the amount of matter on the board. So that is mass. So we have to. So the next one is the length. The length is how long something is. So this is an example. So this is the length. Maybe the length of the board. Here, the length of the board. Never mind. So I will put it here. So this is the length of the board. The length is how long something is. How long something is. So how long is the board? So we often use a measure tape. A measure tape. The tape wasn't the tape that we stick on. The measure tape is this one. The measure tape is this one. So we often use a measure tape to measure how long something is, to measure the length of something, and also the height, and also the width. So height is how tall something is. So this is the height of the board. We often put it in here. Wait a minute. So this is the height of the board. So it was 6, not even 6. It was 60 centimeters. So the height and the length. The length is how long something is. How long something is by the measure tape. We measure the height and the length and the width by the measure tape. So the length is how long something is. The height is how tall something is, and the width is how wide something is. So it wasn't like the length how tall. The width is like this one. So the width of this board. So we don't measure the width by the measure tape. We use other one. So the width is how wide something is. So how wide is this one? How wide is this board? So it would be big or small. So a width is how something is. So this is the length, this is the height, and this is the width. How big, how high, how long. We have length and width. Length and height make width. So how wide something is, how big something, how small something is. So next one is volume. Volume is the amount of space that something takes up. So in some like a radio, we have two buttons. We have a button that is what's called volume. So when we turn it like this. So when you do like this, it will make the volume. It will make the sound in that radio bigger, so we could hear more. If we do like this, so the sound of the volume will be small. The sound of the radio will be smaller, and it will be little. So we do like this and we do like this. So volume is the amount of space that something takes up. Like when you hear, maybe you hear me, and then when you put your volume up, and you hear me louder. But when you put the volume in your phone down, you will hear me like I was whispering. So that was the volume. So next one is property. So we have know about property like property like the houses, the thing, the land. So that was one property. So this is another property. Property is a quality that something has. So the shape of a circle is circle. So that is property. Property. So this is the property, the shape of circle. Or maybe the property maybe it could be mass too. So property is a quality that something has. Maybe how round, how big, how heavy, how light is it. Maybe that I don't even know what property is. So that is for it. So the next one is balance. So we often see that in a circus, they walk on a string, and then they put their hand wide like this, so they are balancing. A device used for measuring the mass of something. So this is we are balancing. So we put our hand like this. We put our hand wide so we don't get fall. So when we fall, it will be equally. So this is another balance. A device used for measuring the mass of something. So balance is usually like this. So when we put something in, maybe we have a packet of chips. So this is something like 2 kilograms. So balance, this one was the 2 kilograms and this one was the chips. So the 2 kilograms will go down like this. So meaning that the 2 kilograms was heavier. So if something goes down if one thing goes down like this, the other side was heavier. But if it was like this, it was lighter. But it was like this, it would be equal with each other. So we have balance like this. So when balance like this, so we will keep our balance so we don't get too heavy or too so. So this is a device. So just like balancing. So if it was heavier, it will go like this. But if it was lighter, it will still go like this. But if it was balanced, it will go straight. Like when they walk on the string, they go to a circus. So that was balance. And a device and also an action. So the last word is mold. Mold is to turn a soft substance in a shape, like clays. Maybe like this. What's this? What this? I don't know what it is. A stick or something. So this isn't a soft thing, but just imagine this is clay. This is clay. Just imagine it. So to turn a soft thing in a shape. So this is not really soft. So I will turn it into shape. Maybe I make it like this. I bounce it. So a mold usually we use clay to turn into things. So when we shape the clay, we are molding. So when doing this in action, so we make a shape. So we maybe imagine that was mold. No, this is clay, and then when maybe you think that I shape this, and then it turned into a circle thing. So I am molding the clay. So we often mold the clay. We don't mold anything like we mold the sticklet. We mold the board. We cannot mold the board. So that was the end of the vocabulary. So the next one have the chart. So it was how to measure matter. So the first one is using balance. The balance is a device, an advice. To measure the mass have 2 S. Mass of a solid or liquid. So maybe I usually in class when I'm very bored, I usually get a rubber and then a ruler, and then I put the rubber down like this. I put the rubber down, and then I put the ruler up here. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Rubber. Or maybe we could call it eraser. And then I put one, so I make it to balance. So I put it in the 3 part. I put the rubber to make 2 of it balance. And I put things, so I look in my pencil case, and if I see something, I will put one thing, maybe a pen. I see a note in the note. and I see a pen here. So I have another rubber, the cap of the pen. So when I put it in the ruler, it will make so the cap will be here and the note will be here because there's only one note and then the note will be more lighter than the rubber, so it will be like this. So I often make it in class when I'm really bored. So I'm making a balance to measure the mass of the solid or liquid. We could use liquid too. We pour liquid in the mass. The mass is like this, it's like a cup. So using a ruler to measure the length, height, and weight of a solid. So this is a ruler, but this is a measure tape. So to measure the length, the height, and how wide, we often wide by like something, I don't know. But I usually use the hand of a solid. So we cannot measure the water because it doesn't have any shape or size. So maybe here. So I measured the length, the height, and the wide. How wide is it? It was very big. It was much smaller, bigger though. So the last one is using a measuring cup to measure the volume of a liquid. So a measuring cup, when we pour it in, we want an amount of water, so we pour it. Maybe we want only a little bit, so we pour it. We pour to 3, so it was the lowest. And we go the highest, it was to 1. So using a measuring cup to measure the liquid, using a ruler to measure the length, the height, and the wide, using a balance to measure the solid or the liquid. So that is the end of today's describing matter. Thank you for listening to the lesson. Bye bye.